He traveled to the Tian-Yuan continent and became a guardian of the human race. At the beginning, he faced attacks and killings from the top 10 hegemons and 100,000 demons. So, he successfully activated the system, obtained the justice set, and swiftly killed the demons with one move. From then on, he stepped on the stars, held the sun and moon in his hands, stood at the top of the martial arts world, flipped his hands to cover the clouds and rain, and embarked on a journey of super strength. Main characters: Yi Fan, Shangguan Yan. Keywords of the novel: mystery, opening surrender, anti-boss with no pop-ups, mystery, opening surrender, anti-boss complete collection download, mystery, opening surrender, anti-boss latest chapter reading. Chapter 1. Go to your right path, I want to be possessed by the devil. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Go to the damn human race, if I don't guard it anymore, I will also become obsessed. Third senior brother. How could you be like this? Have you forgotten the oath you made when kneeling in front of your master at the beginning? Junior sister, vows are useless. Take a look at our senior brothers. As soon as the eldest and second senior brothers joined the demon clan, they became a dominant force, almost on equal footing with those demon masters. Even your fifth senior brother, sixth senior sister, seventh senior sister, and eighth senior brother have become a great demon king. Now, with the addition of our master, there are only 4 of us left at Guangming Peak, who are still guarding the human race. Old 4, little 9, if you want to die, just die. Don't blame senior brother San for not reminding you. Grass. Third senior brother, wait for me. I don't want any nonsense or humanity anymore. The whole world has become a demon, guarding a bright spot is useless. Third senior brother, fourth senior brother, you. The sound of arguments outside the door made Yi Fan wake up in a daze, and the massive flow of information was finally digested. Your grandfather, this amazing time traveling, can't you give me some way to survive? Yi Fan had an impulse to bump his head to death. This is a world invaded by demons, almost 99% of people are either assimilated into human demons by the demon race, or collude with the demon race and be enslaved by the demon race. And his body is the only martial arts master in the world who still adheres to the human race, the martial god Zhang Zhengyang. This is also an ox person, with a cultivation that transcends heaven and earth. Unfortunately, the demon race is rampant, and the human race is weak. Now, the human race only has a bright top and is still struggling to support it. A while ago, the demon clan gathered 10 hegemons to besiege Guangming Peak, and Zhang Zhengyang's 9 disciples, 6 of whom were sentenced to fall into the demon clan and secretly attacked Zhang Zhengyang, causing him to be seriously injured and dying. Zhang Zhengyang is extremely strong, using his dying body to repel the top 10 hegemons and defend Guangming Peak. But he was ultimately powerless to turn the tide, and his attempt to repair his dying body in seclusion failed, and he died in despair. At this moment, Yi Fan crossed over and replaced Zhang Zhengyang. Although he is Yi Fan at this moment, the demon clan doesn't know. With this face, those big demons won't strip themselves alive. Zhang Zhengyang has killed countless powerful members of the demon clan, and both sides have long been determined to surrender without giving him a chance. Master. Master. Third and fourth senior brothers have also rebelled and fallen into the demon clan. At this moment, they are discussing with the top 10 hegemons how to attack the Bright Peak. An anxious and powerless voice sounded outside the door. This special, rebellious disciple. Yi Fan's curses reached his mouth and he swallowed them back. Before his old voice could be heard, the demons outside roared and launched a strong attack on the only protective formation of the Bright Peak. You attack the east side, there is a lack of formation there. And you guys, attack here, this is the formation I. Master, third senior brother and fourth senior brother are commanding the demonic army to attack the top protection formation. Okay, since that's the case, let's surrender too. Isn't it the demon race? This world is all demon races, and we're still guarding it. Yi Fan said, getting up and walking out, stumbling. At this moment, he just wanted to fall into the demon race, see if he could come back to life. I am one of the top 20 young people on Earth, and now I am an old and frail woman who even treats my little sister like a fart. Xia Mimi stared blankly at Zhang Zhengyang as he walked out. Is this still the master who fought against demons? Is this still the martial god who alone can defeat the top 10 demon lords and 100,000 demons of the demon clan? He shone like a scorching sun in the sky, illuminating this dark earth. Now, is it true that he will also fall into the demon race? In this way, the world is over. Master. No way, Master. Xia Mimi knelt in front of Yi Fan and pleaded bitterly, Master, you can't ignore the human race. If even you are possessed by magic, we will really be hopeless. Think of those sentient beings. Think of those ordinary people who have no power to bind themselves. Think of those fellow humans who fought against the demonic race and died. Do you deserve them? Let it go. 4. Yi Fan was about to scold and let it go, but suddenly realized that it seemed a bit out of place. He quickly changed his mind and continued, what do you know? Didn't you see that the demon clan has already attacked? I'm seriously injured and dying. With just the two of us, the human clan who still maintain their farts. If we die, no one will bury us. It's better to fall into the demon clan at this moment, bow down and admit our mistake. Maybe those big demons can still give us a way out. Yi Fan said fiercely. If there is a choice, he doesn't want to kneel either. Unfortunately, as a passerby, he's not like other seniors. He has nothing to say, just fart. Only by entering the demon clan can one have a glimmer of vitality. Only by living can one take their time in the future and dominate the demon clan, which is also a good choice. As he spoke, Yi Fan had already walked out, dressed in a white robe, with flowing white hair, standing with his hands down, on the top of the bright peak, overlooking the 100,000 demons attacking around him. Stop it all for me. Yi Fan shouted in a deep voice. The scene fell silent for a moment, and the surrounding demons turned crimson in their eyes as they fiercely attacked the main formation. Kill me, Zhang Zhengyang is out. Kill this old thing, and we will completely occupy this world. Kill me. Yi Fan was so scared that he rubbed his teeth and cursed Zhang Zhengyang for being a foolish young man. He didn't pay attention to how many people in the demon clan and how many strong ones there were, and even fought. It was really beyond his ability. You die if you die yourself, but how did you bring me here and even add your hatred to yourself to bear the damage for you? What a pity to die. Yi Fan takes a deep breath and shouts, stop fucking me. I don't want any bullshit people anymore, and I will join you. I want to be possessed. I also want to be possessed. From now on, we will be our own people. Yi Fan roared and shook the sky. These words, like thunder on the flat ground, ravaged the entire bright peak. The top 10 hegemons were bewildered, and the 100,000 demons were stunned. What did Zhang Zhengyang say? He said he wants to join the demon clan. The martial god worshipped by the world, Zhang Zhengyang, who even the demon lord fears, and Zhang Zhengyang, who has resisted the demon clan for 100 years and fought tirelessly, said today that he wants to fall into the demon clan. Do you dare to believe this? Tell anyone, no one can believe it. Attack. The blood demon overlord waved his hand and issued an attack command, shouting at the same time, Zhang Zhengyang, you are on the brink of death, and you want to play tricks. You don't even consider me as the overlord. When I catch you later, I will stew your hands and vent my hatred. Xia Mimi nodded directly and said, Master, Mimi knows his mistake. It turns out that Master has his own plan, and he doesn't really want to fall into the demon clan. Yi Fan is completely confused, no one believes even when I surrender. Is there any reason left for this? At this moment, a beep rang out in Yifan's mind. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the Demon Clan hate value, and the Human Clan Guardian system has been activated. Host. Yifan, Clan. Human race, equal rank. Ordinary people, practice. None, martial arts. None, energy point. 10. Chapter 2. Obtaining divine power and his mind. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. There are also ellipses below. Unfortunately, they seem to have not reached the level of unlocking yet. As a member of the Crossing Army, do I also have a system? Yifan was overjoyed. System binding successful. Send beginner gift pack *3. 3 big gift packages, sleeping slots, open. Yifan exclaimed excitedly in his heart, wanting to see what incredible things were inside his big gift package. The system has detected that the host just wanted to defect and enter the demon realm. A large gift package will be deducted. By the way, once the human guardian system is bound, the host cannot unbind, defect, or become obsessed. They are dedicated to maintaining the human race and purifying the world. If there is a violation, the system will automatically explode, kill the host and search for another host. Sleeping slot. This bullshit system, there's no natural reason, it's like a domineering clause. Yifan cursed loudly, not only wanting to join the demon clan, but also withholding a big gift package and wholeheartedly supporting the human clan. There are only 2 people left in the human clan, and you still need to support them a little bit. Beep system detection. The host insults the system, harbors a demonic thought, and once again deduces a newbie gift package. Novice gift pack *1. Yifan was completely bewildered. Just as he was about to curse again, he was so scared that he quickly closed his mouth and couldn't even think about it. Cannot unbind, cannot betray and become obsessed, otherwise it will be killed by the system. This special code is a dead end. Now there is only 1 beginner gift package left. If even this is deducted, Yifan really doesn't know what to do. Go to your demon tribe, I won't give you a chance to rebel. From now on, I will still be the martial god Zhang Jingyang, dedicated to protecting the human tribe. I want to spread the banner of the human tribe throughout the world. Yifan cursed and pointed at the demons outside, righteous and awe-inspiring. Beep 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 beep. Beep. The demon's hatred value has reached 100,000, open them all. Yifan was stunned. He truly understood the system, which was a completely human guardian system that did not crave any evil thoughts. As long as you obtain the hatred value of the demon clan, you can activate something. Yifan looked at the interface of the shopping mall and found everything inside, including weapons, elixirs, mounts, pets, martial arts, and even chicken legs, vegetables, only what you can't think of, without what it doesn't have. Open the beginner's gift pack. This is the end of the matter. Yifan has no way out, and 100,000 demons are about to break through the formation. First, open the beginner's gift pack to see what's there. Beep. The beginner's gift pack has been opened, obtaining a 1-time justice set *1, beginner's guide *1, and a must-die treasure *1. Yifan looked at the justice set with some excitement, a long sword, a pair of justice armor, with power worth Zhang Jingyang's perfect victory. What is the concept of Zhang Jingyang's heyday? Just add 100,000 demons to the top 10 hegemons in front of him. As long as he doesn't run away, he can kill all of them in half an hour. Beginner's guide, don't worry about it for now, then read it. Open the must-die brocade bag. Beep system check, currently it's not a dead-end game, a dead-end bag. Reset to 0. Warm reminder, there is a prompt in the beginner's guide. Yifan's blood was churning with anger. He wanted to disable the system, but unfortunately he couldn't. He dared not curse and could only sulk. He didn't think about this broken system, and the more he thought about it, the more he felt that it was unattainable. Wave the main formation was breached, and 10 demon lords, each with 10,000 demons, rushed forward and surrounded Yi Fan on the Guangming Peak, making it impossible for him to escape. Zhang Xingyang's 3 disciples Zhou Mang and 4 disciples Hong Pu stood shoulder to shoulder with 10 hegemons, guiding the country. Zhou Mang said, "Blood Demon Overlord, that old man is seriously injured now. We won't even take action. With just a few little brats, we can instantly kill him." The Bone Demon Overlord smiled and said, "Brother Zhou, I have some doubts about your purpose of defection. Have you forgotten that there is your junior sister next to you, Xia Miemie?" Zhou Mang was taken aback and smiled awkwardly, saying, Mistake, how could I forget this little girl?" Hong Pu nodded and said, "Yes, although junior sister started the latest, her talent is the strongest among us except for senior brother and second senior brother. She is only 20 years old, and her cultivation has already reached the level of a hegemon, which should not be underestimated. In this world, whether it is the demon race or the human race, cultivators start from the body of mortals, then harden their bodies, train their strength, connect their meridians, warriors, martial kings, martial emperors, martial saints, martial bullies, martial masters, and martial gods. And these 10 demon clan lords are all in the realm of martial arts, so they are also known as lords. Although Zhang Xingyang was once revered as the god of martial arts, he was still one line behind, only half of his foot stepping into the realm of the god of martial arts. Nevertheless, with his own strength, he defended the human race and fought against the demon race for hundreds of years. If it weren't for the demon clan enduring him until he was old and frail, and seeing him isolated and helpless, first annihilating the other human clans, so that he couldn't care about everything, perhaps the human clan could still hold on for some time. But there is no such thing as if Zhang Xingyang was defeated. The system brought in Yi Fan again to clean up his mess. "Both of you, since you have joined the demon clan, should you show some sincerity," sneered the demon clan leader. Zhou Mang nodded and said, "You are absolutely right. Junior brother, follow me to capture Xia Miemie and capture that old man alive." "Okay." Hong Pu's voice was like a bell, suppressing the unease in his heart. After all, they had to face the good junior sister who had fought side by side and the mentor who taught them. Yi Fan woke up from the beginner's guide, and at this moment, he knew nothing about the system. In order to obtain something, he had to collect the hatred points of the demons. Hate value can be a lucky spin, or you can buy things in the mall. Beep start the mission, punish the rebellious disciples, and bring them back to the human race to fight against the demon race. Yi Fan had a black face. In fact, he wanted to gain hatred points from these two people, but to his surprise, the system released a task. It's also good that he just read the beginner's guide. The tasks released by the system can only be accepted, not rejected, otherwise either they will be deducted or they will die. Old 3, Old 4. You are really brave. How dare you judge the human race while healing for your teacher? Do you deserve the kindness of teaching for your teacher? Yi Fan carried his hands behind his back, exuding a majestic aura. In fact, Yi Fan is a group of extremely panic and anxious people. He is now a special ordinary person. He has 10 overlords, 100,000 demons and 2 traitorous disciples in front of him. Don't mention those overlords, just a little demon cub can come up and destroy themselves. But he dare not show his cowardice. Once they know he is nothing, then he will really die. Third senior brother, fourth senior brother, why don't you come back and repent to your master well? Your master will forgive you. Xia Mie said innocently. Chapter 3. One move to kill 100,000 demons. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hahaha, go back. Xia Mie, look. Zhou Hong's black aura surged in an instant. Did you see that? Senior brother has already been possessed. And me too. Hong Pu shouted, shaking off his last bit of kindness and suddenly turning black. Ha ha ha, junior sister, the feeling of being possessed is really great. I no longer live in constant fear. Now, I can do whatever I want, and no one will say anything. Yeah, junior sister. Zhou Hong's face turned a bit lewd. If you don't join the demon clan again, we'll destroy this old thing later, but you. Speaking, Zhou Hong and Hong Pu looked at each other with a wicked smile, both seeing the lewd expression in each other's eyes. The young junior sister was really beautiful. In the past, as a human race, I kept my moral bottom line and didn't dare to do anything, but now everything is different. Now, they are demons. Do whatever you want. Whatever you want. You. Xia Mimi looked back at the lustful light in their eyes and couldn't help but tremble. She never expected that the two senior brothers who joined the demon clan would be so terrifying. Master. Xia Mimi came to Yi Fan's side, with tears on her small face. She stared at him pitifully and helplessly, her heart hurting. Beep, get 100 worship points and use the lucky wheel for free once. Yi Fan was taken aback and quickly flipped through the beginner's guide to find the worship value. This is equivalent to the power of faith, allowing people to worship like gods, in order to obtain worship value, but of course, it cannot be deliberately done. When the number of worship points reaches a certain level, one can qualify for the free lucky wheel, and the worship points can be turned into additional strength to be bestowed upon oneself. No matter how strong your own strength is, you can still enhance the power of worship points, which is simply a bug. Yi Fan is delighted to have gained worship points, coupled with the justice set, to deal with the current situation. It has stabilized. Turn. Yi Fan turned the lucky wheel. Ding ding ding. Drop. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the divine power of his mind. In an instant, Yi Fan's eyes were like stars and his heart was like a clear mirror. It seemed that there was nothing he could see through in this world. Master, what should we do? Master, can we really hold on? Third senior brother, fourth senior brother, they have changed and become very scary. Destruction is very scary. Master, even if I die, I will die before you. I will not fall into their hands. I will self-destruct and kill them all. I will also relieve some pressure on Master. Watching Xia Mia extinguish, Yi Fan's heart skipped a beat. He had such a great understanding that he could easily see through the other person's thoughts at a glance. At the same time, he also sighed that this seemingly small girl was so determined that she was still thinking about her master before she died. The first time Yi Fan wanted to kill these demon clans in front of him, how did he force the little girl? Junior sister, senior brother is coming soon. Hee hee. Zhou Mang's eyes lit up, and Yi Fan saw through what he was thinking in his heart. Hong Pu, this old man is so calm that he never dies. Is there anything he can't do after all? What are you still staring at? Is it difficult? Faced with dying Zhang Zhengyang, are you still afraid to take action? The blood demon overlord sneered. Yi Fan looked at it and saw at first glance that the blood demon had a good plan in his heart. He was also afraid that he had any backup, so he let Zhou Mang and Hong Pu deal with him. Once he found out that he had no backup, the blood demon personally took action. If there is a backup, then wait for Zhou Mang and the others to exhaust him, kill each other, and then take action. The ultimate result is that both Zhou Mang and Hong Pu cannot escape death. After all, Zhang Zhengyang is too powerful. Even if he is dying, they dare not be careless. If not, how could they have taken such a great credit from Zhang Zhengyang and handed it over to the two recently defected human races? Blood Demon Overlord, please keep an eye on it. Zhou Mang's demonic aura surged in an instant, killing Yi Fan. Old man, die for me. After all, this world is still a world of demons. Hong Pu also let out a long roar and killed Xia Mia Mia. Little junior sister, leave for senior brother, senior brother will protect your life. Kill. Protect my human race. Xia Mimi wiped away her tears, holding her sword in her bare hands, and charged forward, fearless of death. Wait. Yi Fan saw Zhou Mang killing, but when Si didn't move, just raised his hand to stop. Facing Zhang Zhengyang, Zhou Mang instinctively stopped his body and suddenly realized that he had become possessed. His face turned cold and he said fiercely, "Old man, what else do you have to say? Third, I remember your parents and family all died at the hands of the demon clan. When you were 13 years old, it was your master who dug you out of the pile of dead people. Have you forgotten all of these? Also, do you really think that I am seriously injured and dying? There is no way to retreat from the enemy. Look at the top 10 hegemons behind you who can kill me, the martial god. Why do they give you so much credit? They were afraid, so they let you two be cannon fodder. I will give you a chance to reform, return to my human race, protect my human race. Today's incident, as a teacher, will never happen. If not." Yi Fan's face turned cold. "You two, as teachers, should clean up your doors and leave no mercy." Zhou Mang was stunned, and Hong Pu was no exception. "Is it true that he still has a backup? Two of you, don't let him deceive you here. We have some ideas about not taking action, but how can we not know the strength of both of you? Once Zhang Zhengyang has a backup, with your two joining us, we can definitely capture him. We just want you to try out his backhand and deal with it." The blood demon overlord laughed. Zhou Mang and Hong Pu looked at each other for a moment, unsure if they should take action. If this old man can say so, it already shows that he is at the end of a strong crossbow. If not, with his style, he will still waste his breath with you here. He would have slapped you to death a long time ago, said the bone demon overlord coldly. Zhou Mang and Hong Pu's eyes lit up. Yes, the master was jealous of demons and hated traitors of the human race even more. He wouldn't talk so much nonsense to himself here. There is only one outcome like this, and that is he can't do it. Ha ha ha, old man, almost scared by you. Zhou Mang laughed heartily, blood demon brother, you guys are ready, let's give it a try. Does this old man really have any backing? Fourth, come kill me. Kill. Hong Pu's demonic aura surged to the sky. Yi Fan sighed in his heart, thinking that this demon clan was also quite clever. They made progress by retreating, showing that they had a plan, and directly stabilized Zhou Mang and Hong Pu. It seems that relying on words cannot bring them back to the human camp. Wait. Yi Fan stopped again, but unfortunately, this time, neither Zhou Mang nor Hong Pu stopped, and in the blink of an eye, they had already killed each other. Master. Xia Mimi's face changed greatly, I'll kill everyone. She's going to self-destruct and protect Yi Fan. The top 10 demon clan lords are all shining with bloodthirsty light, staring at Yi Fan. This old thing is finally dying. This world is finally going to belong entirely to the demon race. They are all extremely excited, but they dare not show any carelessness. Power constantly gathers, seize the right moment, and give him a fatal blow. Chapter 4. Collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Xiao Mie Mie. Yi Fan's majestic voice rang out, and at the same time, a silver-white armor suddenly appeared on his body. He held a long sword in his hand, which was extremely cold. With a big wave of his hand, he emitted a soft light and wrapped Xia Mie Mie behind him. You keep an eye on it, Master has destroyed all of them. This scene made the faces of the top 10 hegemons change greatly, and this aura Zhang Xingyang indeed has a backhand. Kill. The blood demon shouted loudly, and the 10 hegemons attacked at the same time, with 100,000 demons cheering and cheering from behind. They dare not watch the fire at this moment, they must gather all their strength and kill Zhang Xingyang. This is the big deal. Ha ha ha, my good disciple, you did a good job. successfully introduced them to the bright summit, allowing us to catch turtles in a jar. None of the top 10 hegemons can escape. Yi Fan laughed, ignoring Zhou Mang and Hong Pu. A figure of disillusionment disappeared in place, and when they reappeared, they had already reached the heart of the bright summit formation. He lifted his palm and unleashed his strength one after another, his movements so fast that it was impossible to see clearly. In the blink of an eye, the great bright summit formation appeared here. Surround the top 10 lords and 100,000 demonic beings in it. The speed of repairing the formation startled Yi Fan himself. As soon as he put on the justice suit, he realized that both his strength and what he learned were from the heyday of Zhang Zhengyang. And he saw that the 10 on the energy bar had turned into a question mark. This indicates that when wearing this suit, he doesn't have to worry about insufficient strength. This power is constant and never dies. This is also why he can blink his eyes to repair the large formation. His power is inexhaustible, and repairing the formation is not easy. The only regret is that the justice set is disposable and can only last for 10 minutes at a time. After 10 minutes, the set will automatically disappear. Hong Pu. Zhou Mang. The blood demon stared at the two with crimson eyes. I said the human race is not trustworthy. Bone demon gritted his teeth in hatred. Let's go together, I don't believe it anymore. He has been severely injured and can still beat 10 of us. The other demon lord roared. What happened before us made the top 10 lords and 100,000 demonic beings feel intimidated. Even if he has been severely injured, he may only be on the brink of death, and their ultimate trump card is still chilling. There is no way, the name of the person, the shadow of the tree, Zhang Zhengyang and the demon clan have been fighting for 100 years, leaving an indelible shadow on them. One sword kills life. Yi Fan dared not delay at all and enlarged his move directly. There is only 10 minutes left, and 10 minutes have passed. If we don't kill all these demons, it will be our own death. Not good. This power is not right. The hegemon glared and dodged. The other hegemons were the same, looking at the large sword that had turned into several zhonglong, their faces trembled and they all avoided it. Zhang Zhengyang's one sword to destroy life is a crucial move, and the sword is meant to cut off life and death. It's not his ultimate move that makes them shiver, but his power that makes them have to be scared out of their wits. Because this is stronger than any sword that Zhang Zhengyang could use to destroy life at any time. Moreover, it is so strong that they cannot resist at all. Just kidding, how could this move not be strong? It's a power that adds 100 points of worship worth it. Don't be fooled by the fact that it's only 100 points, it's pitifully lacking. You should know that during his heyday, Zhang Zhengyang was a peerless powerhouse who stepped into the realm of martial gods with just 1 foot. At that time, he faced the top 10 hegemons as if playing around. This kind of strength, just a slight improvement, can be said to be a world of difference. Isn't this 100 worship points enough to instantly kill them? Yi Fan is also worried about the time of the justice set, so he needs to use his strongest posture to quickly kill the demon race in front of him. The several zhang sword looks very slow, and the speed of the top 10 overlords is very fast, but they just can't avoid it. Poo-poo wherever the big sword passes, the hegemon dies. As long as it is touched, no one can survive. Run away. 100,000 demons screamed in agony, stomping on each other and frantically fleeing for their lives. Unfortunately, the bright summit formation has already been activated, and they have no way to escape. The big sword slowly swept around, leaving 100,000 demonic beings with no survivors. The ground was densely packed with demonic corpses. When killing the demons and the hegemons, the beeping sound in Yi Fan's ears was incessant. Kill the demon clan and obtain a breakthrough point of +1+1+1, +1000000. Kill the overlord and obtain a breakthrough point of +10,000 +10,000. Yi Fan didn't have time to see the breakthrough point. He turned around and looked coldly at Zhou Mang and Hong Pu. Zhou Mang and Hong Pu were already frightened and couldn't believe the truth of what was happening before them. He was already seriously injured and dying, but how could he have become even worse than before? In just a short while, the top 10 demon clan lords and 100,000 demonic beings, who have never survived, perished at Guangming Peak. How can anyone believe this? Xia Mimi was also stunned, with his mouth shaped like an O. Beep gain worship points of +10 +10 +10. Master. The disciples have entered the demon clan. Zhou Mang and Hong Pu knelt down on the ground, stumbling their heads. At this moment, it's not enough not to admit your mistake. Didn't it depend on your master's strength? Moreover, just now Master even cut off their retreat, saying that they teamed up to trap the top 10 hegemons to the bright peak and catch turtles in a jar. Even though the demonic tribes here are extinct, except for the bright peak, all of them are the territory of the demonic tribes. There are many demonic tribes outside, and they must have heard those words. What happens at Guangmingding is bound to sweep the entire world like a strong wind. They dare not go anywhere except stay at the top of the light. Once they leave, those demon tribes will not dismember the two of them. Have you entered the demon clan? Then cut off your demon roots and start over. Yi Fan's majestic voice exploded in their ears like thunder. What is cutting off the demon root? That's equivalent to abolishing him. Start all over again. Master, I know I'm wrong, I know I'm wrong. Hong Pu wept bitterly and pleaded bitterly. Zhou Mang shouted, Master, although I have entered the demon race and have a deep cultivation of demon seeds, I have already realized my mistake. As long as I have a heart for the human race and wholeheartedly protect it, that demon seed is not a concern. Humph. Yi Fan snorted coldly. He dared not let the two people who had planted the demon seed stay by his side, and raised his hand to cut off their demon seeds. At this moment, with a soft sound of the wave, it was time for the justice set to arrive, and Zhang Xingyang's face was revealed. Yi Fan was bewildered. This special woman's words really caused trouble. She didn't have a justice suit and left two demons by her side. She would die at any time. Ah, after all, you are teachers. The house was leaking with wind and rain, and before Yi Fan could finish his words, blood and water on the ground suddenly gathered together. Immediately after, a humanoid figure formed by the convergence of blood and water appeared, and after another breath of time, his form finally converged. Blood Demon Overlord. Zhou Mang's gaze suddenly paused and he exclaimed in surprise. Hong Pu quickly said, the Blood Demon Overlord feeds on blood and has unique techniques. As long as you give him a chance, he can regenerate with blood. Master, take advantage of his seriously injured body and see his disciples completely kill him. Just as Yi Fan was about to nod, the system popped up in his mind again. Beep mission activated, conquer the Blood Demon Overlord. Chapter 5. The Master repairs the gate. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yi Fan had already become immune to this matter and immediately glared at Hong Pu, making him obediently shut his mouth. Even if you don't have any bottom cards now, you must never expose them. Once these people know that you are just an ordinary person, there is no other way to choose besides death. So, he must pretend now. Blood Demon, I didn't expect you to escape my fatal blow. Not bad, I really appreciate you. Yi Fan, with his hands behind his back, looked down at the Blood Demon from a high position. The Blood Demon condensed his true body and had exhausted all his strength. He sat limply on the ground at this moment, but his momentum was not bad, still fiercely staring at Yi Fan. Zhang Xingyang said coldly, don't be complacent. I am a demon clan with millions of strong opponents, and our top 10 hegemons are just names. I think you won't be unaware of how many demon clans are at the level of hegemons. Even if you make our top 10 hegemons hate you today, you won't be able to survive. When our demon army regroups, this time, we will definitely be able to destroy your bright summit. Hehe, the Blood Demon Master said, I really appreciate you. Would you be willing to learn from me? Yi Fan said. Blood Demon is confused, Xia Mie is confused, Hong Pu and Zhou Mang are all confused. They looked at Yi Fan incredulously. Was this still the jealous Zhang Xingyang? Every time he encounters the demon clan, he never talks nonsense and kills them directly. No matter how high the other party's level is, he will not look straight at them. According to his words, if it's not our race, their hearts will be different. Cut down the grass and eliminate the root, leaving no future troubles. But now, he actually said he wanted to take the Blood Demon as his disciple, which was like a bolt from the blue. Ha ha ha. The Blood Demon looked up and laughed wildly. Zhang Xingyang, are you trying to laugh me to death? You've been fighting with my demon clan for so long, and you actually want to take me as your disciple. Don't you think it's ridiculous? By the way, I want to ask, do you deserve it? Yi Fan was also not angry, and smiled. It's not up to you to decide whether you are worthy or not. I know what you are thinking. I can tell you that I will not die, and your demons will not kill me. Also, your realm is only at the level of a hegemon, and now you are a person who has died once again. Your realm has plummeted, and if you want to reach its peak, you may not be able to do it for 10 or 8 years, right? Speaking of which, I just want to tell you the difference between us. After the last great calamity, I can be considered a blessing in disguise, and the martial god realm has already been broken through. The just strike is the best proof. If you worship me as your teacher, I can help you recover to your peak within a month, and your martial arts master's realm will also be improved quickly, advancing to the realm of Taoist martial arts master. Hehe, Zhang Xingyang, just die of this heart. Even if I die, I won't worship you as a human teacher. Let me turn against you and kill my fellow demon brother. I see your brain has been kicked by a donkey. The Blood Demon sneered. Yi Fan raised the corner of his mouth and said, your blood-refining demon technique has its pros and cons. Every night when the moon is full, you feel unbearable pain. Without the baptism of fresh blood, you cannot resist it. You are not favored within your demon clan, are you? I can help you solve the hidden dangers brought by magic skills. I appreciate you, and I can give you time to consider. After speaking, without waiting for the Blood Demon to speak, Yi Fan turned around and said to Xia Mie, go tell the world that I appreciate the Blood Demon's special acceptance of him as a disciple. From now on, anyone who wants to learn from me, whether it's the human race, the demon race, or any other race, can come. As for the two of you, alas, after all, I watched you grow up and cut off your foundation. As a teacher, I can't bear it anymore. Go clean up the mess, and after thinking about it, I'll give you a month to resolve the demon seed on your own. If you can't do it, then don't blame me for not remembering the old love. After finishing speaking, Yi Fan turned around and left, leaving a group of stunned faces. Ah! Zhang Xingyang, you shameless villain. I would rather die than obey the Blood Demon. The Blood Demon cursed loudly, saying that he would die, but he spared his life, just venting his anger. If Zhang Xingyang asks Xia Mimi to declare to the world, it is equivalent to directly severing the relationship between his Blood Demon and the demon clan. Even if he does not die and descends from the Guangming Peak, no demon clan will believe him. After all, everyone knows that none of the demon tribes in Zhang Xingyang's hands can survive, let alone become disciples. This is something that Zhou Mang, Hong Pu, and Xia Mie have all thought about clearly. Xia Mie is immensely delighted. Master, this is a brilliant move. However, she couldn't figure out why the master wanted to take the Blood Demon as his disciple. It didn't make much sense. Is it true that after being injured once, the master's temperament has greatly changed and he wants to change his mind and play with the demon clan? Well, it must be like this. The original routine has withstood the demon clan for 100 years. The human clan not only failed to become strong and defeated the demon clan, but also became increasingly weak. Until now, only the bright peak remains. Xia extinguished the Guangming peak and issued a flying edict to announce to the world. The top 10 hegemons, together with 100,000 demons, besieged Guangming peak and were completely annihilated by Master Zhang Xingyang's sword. Master admires the blood demon and takes his life as his disciple. A flying edict was issued, and the world was amazed. The blood demon wanted to die, but lacked the courage. He wanted to step out of the light peak, but couldn't do it. Even if he did, he wouldn't dare to go down now. As long as he dares to appear, the powerful demon clan will not shatter his body into pieces. Zhou Mang and Hong Pu went to clean up the mess honestly. The mountain gate was breached, and the Blood Sea and Corpse Mountain both needed to be done. The two of them came and went back and forth, exhausted like dogs. As soon as they saw the blood demon squatting on the ground in a daze, he became furious and pulled him up. He forcefully drove him and followed them to repair the gate. The current crisis was temporarily resolved, and Yi Fan returned to the isolation room, took a deep breath, and began to check the system panel to sort out the current situation. Host. Yi Fan, Clan. Human race, equal rank. Ordinary people, practice. None, martial arts. None, energy point. 10 hate value. 100000, you can purchase anything in the mall. Worship value. 100, can bestow power. For every 100 points of worship value, it can increase 1% of one's own realm strength. If it is less than 100 points, it cannot be bestowed. Breakthrough point. 190000, can be used to break through boundaries. System task. 1. Punish rebellious disciples with a completion rate of 10%. 2. Conquer the blood demon with a completion rate of 1%. Yi Fan carefully read it several times and then opened the beginner's guide, only then did he understand what was on the system panel. The rest is not difficult to understand. However, this hatred value is obtained by pulling hatred in front of the demon clan. To buy something, one must obtain hatred value. Yi Fan took a breath and it seemed that he was determined to fight the demon clan to the end during his journey. The worship value can only be obtained by gaining the admiration of others, and it is also of utmost importance as it can enhance one's own strength. Although once blessed, the worship points obtained will be consumed. At critical moments, the strength is slightly more than that of the enemy, and that is fate. It was this breakthrough point that made Yi Fan slightly happy for a while. He didn't need to practice, as long as he killed the demon clan, he could obtain the breakthrough point and break through. This is so refreshing. Breakthrough. Yi Fan was eager and helpless, surrounded by wolves. If he didn't work hard on his cultivation, he would eventually be killed by someone. Beep spend 1000 breakthrough points, the host reaches the quenching state. Consume 1000 points, quench body double heaven. Consume 10,000 breakthrough points, break through the training realm. A total of 1.9000 breakthrough points were consumed. Consume 2000 points, break through the double heaven of training power. Consume 20,000 points, break through the Tongmai realm. A total of 3.8 million breakthrough points were consumed. Consume 4,000 points, break through the dual heaven of Tongmai. Consume 40,000 points, break through the martial realm. Consume a total of 7.6000 breakthrough points. Consume 8,000 points, break through the double heaven of the warrior. Consume 4.2 breakthrough points, break through the sixth heaven of the warrior. The remaining breakthrough points are 7,000, not enough to break through again. When Yi Fan broke through, a huge spiritual vortex condensed above the Guangming peak, and auspicious clouds flowed, both supernatural and terrifying. Zhou Mang and Hong Pu, who were repairing the gate, as well as the blood demon lying on the ground pretending to be dead, all looked at the vision above in shock. Master, Did he really break through the realm of martial gods, not only repairing his injuries, but also extending his lifespan again? Hong Pu swallowed hard. Zhou Mang moved his mouth but didn't speak, and he was asking himself the same question. The blood demon briefly froze before sneering, "Zhang Zhengyang, this old man, must be playing tricks. If he's really okay, will he leave your lives behind? Will he pull down his face and not accept this hegemon as his disciple? You know Zhang Zhengyang's methods better than me. Think carefully, did he forcibly improve his cultivation or use a precious medicine to temporarily restore his peak period?" Zhou Mang and Hong Pu's faces changed as they looked at each other, both noticing the startled expression in each other's eyes. It seems like he really has it. Chapter 6. Restarting. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Is there really something? What is there really? The blood demon was a bit surprised. What does this mean? Suddenly, the whole thing was different. For these low-level practitioners, meridian communication is an achievement that most people can only achieve in their lifetime, and Zhang Zhengyang has only been practicing here for a long time but has not been able to break through. For ordinary people, although the demon race has a high starting point, the vast majority will quickly come to a standstill during the cultivation process, with no way out. Although they can already suppress human cultivators of the same level, facing Zhang Zhengyang, the goalkeeper of the warrior, these demon races are still not enough to watch. And the problem is that the level of the demon clan is not high enough, which has left Zhang Zhengyang with a reputation for being ruthless, even though he has a very high kill rate as the owner. If it weren't for Yi Fan using the justice set, slaughtering 100,000 demonic tribes, and 9 of the top 10 demonic lords struggling to reach the 7th level of martial arts, it can be imagined that even if he were given 100,000 demonic tribes, he wouldn't be able to achieve martial arts cultivation, which means he would need to do something else. It seems that simply killing to gain hatred points is not a feasible way to exchange secret medicines in the store. On the contrary, it is the blessing with breakthrough points and worship points that is of utmost importance. This dual approach can achieve twice the result with half the effort. I don't believe it. I've never seen a strong warrior before. Killing so many lives in an instant is not a warrior's strength, but he only broke through the warrior. There must be something fishy about it. The blood demon tried to remain calm. Sure can be killed, not humiliated. The blood demon thought this was a means for Yi Fan to humiliate himself. It can be said that I am very dissatisfied. Seeing him turning around to leave, without hesitation, he struggled hard with both hands from the ground and rushed forward to confront him. He must reclaim this breath. At this moment, a sentence came from Yi Fan's back. I advise you not to act rashly, think carefully, otherwise your blood demon will turn into a pool of pus and blood. In fact, Yi Fan had no idea what the situation was now, but he believed that with the blood demon and the arrogant behavior of these few people, they would not be so subdued. They must use words to intimidate them, making it seem as if he had already mastered everything. Only in this way can they deify themselves more, so that they dare not take action, and can solve this matter with just the use of their mouths. You guys, take it easy on yourself. I don't care what you want me to do, but the 2 senior brothers have turned their heads around. Master, we are really lenient for you. Xia Mimi said earnestly to the 2 of them. These 2 people are theoretically his senior brothers. Although they have hardly met since falling into the demon realm, today the master's words have given them a way back. This is quite abnormal. According to my previous personality, not to mention releasing the blood demon, even these 2 Hongpu and Zhou Mang are likely to be doomed. Master, he couldn't have deceived us, could he? Hongpu was a bit confused, not unaware of Zhang Zhengyang's jealous nature. But he has already started to change his title on his lips. I don't have any objections and I'll listen to you. It doesn't seem like this is lying to me, Zhou Mang said. I am not a person with independent opinions on weekdays. At this moment, the two of them immediately prepared to turn around. After all, becoming members of the demon cult and experiencing a sudden increase in their skills, the various problems they encountered made them clear. Devils and crooked ways can never be completely harmless as they themselves claim. Rather than being anxious and worried about being killed by these righteous experts these days, it's better to abandon the dark and turn to the light, at least to maintain one's integrity. Do you think you can gain their trust just by doing this, you two miscellaneous wall grass? The blood demon looked down on these two people who had repeatedly become traitors from the bottom of his heart. Let's not look down on anyone. Do you think the two of us will let you go? If you go out, we really won't be able to survive, but if you stay here too. As soon as they finished speaking, Sharp and Zhou Mang quickly approached and knelt down on the ground, pressing the blood demon down. Master, I am here to offer my disciple a bow. I am willing to submit and turn from the dark to the bright. Two people each controlled him with one hand, and he quickly knelt down and kowtowed. It was already too late for the blood demon to struggle. In the blink of an eye, Xia can spread this matter, and even if the blood demon has 1,000 mouths, he cannot explain it clearly. By chance, the obedience value of the blood demon, who was struggling to kneel down, increased by 1%. I'll go to this demon clan, it's only 1%. When can we recover him? And these two, one Sharp and one Zhou Mang, what's going on? They're only 30% and 20%, that's so low. You're just playing with me, right? As Yi Fan complained and pondered, he couldn't help but recite, but who knew the walls had ears? Master, what are you playing? Congratulations on breaking through the martial arts realm. Xiao Mimi came in and asked. What do you want to play? You know how to play every day. I asked you to tell the world what happened, did you go and do it? Yi Fan was startled, it seemed that he couldn't keep doing this. Otherwise, if you don't talk to others soon, people around you may find that you are no longer the so-called Zhang Zhengyang. At that time, I'm afraid he might not face the fate of betrayal and estrangement. Zhang Zhengyang was too upright and did not leave a good reputation, and people around him would not think he was a good person to get along with. He's not willing to take on such a mess. Oh my, disciple. I just forgot. I was busy with some senior brothers and blood demons. I'm going to tell the world now. But I see that the blood demon is unwilling. The senior brothers are all very sincere. Should we wait and see for a while longer? Otherwise, if the blood demon causes any trouble, it will all be your fault, master. What's going on? What's going on? Trapping him in the wreckage of this bright top cleaning battlefield, what's going on? Isn't that right, master? Do you want to keep him here all the time? I don't think this is good. This battle of the bright summit will consume a lot of our strength. Besides, when the next demon tribe attacks again, we may have to deal with it. Before Yi Fan could finish speaking, he stood up and turned his back. Suddenly, Xia Mimi was scared and afraid to speak out. Based on Zhang Zhengyang's previous situation, Xia Mimi must have been too afraid to say a word. Zhang Zhengyang does whatever he says, but it's different now. Xia Mie's courage inexplicably increased. Chapter 7. Combining Rigidity and Softness. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yi Fan, who had just reincarnated, suddenly changed many customs of Zhang Zhengyang, causing his prestige to be overturned, and making Xia Mie more daring to speak than before. But in the moment of turning around like this, a powerful pressure was released. Xia Mimi immediately knew that he had done something wrong, took a step back, clasped his fists, bowed and apologized, Master, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say something to you. It's not that I didn't disobey your orders to give you an opinion. In this instant, Yi Fan's goal was achieved, which was to establish his own reputation, whether it was for the lower level, the demon clan, or others. Although in this plan, he will gradually regain his name. He is not Lei Feng, who does good deeds without leaving a name behind. However, he is afraid because his policies are different from before, making others feel that his strength has declined. What he needs to do now is to balance strength and softness, which is more difficult than pure slaughter alone. He needs to be more meticulous, which is something that his predecessor Zhang Xingyang did not achieve before. He needs to coordinate and use the power of all parties to achieve unity, which means he wants to play the next big drama. Oh, do you know he's my disciple? Ah, remember, it's one thing for me to discuss with you. It's good for you to give your opinion, but don't be too arrogant. Over the years, you don't know how many demons we've killed, but they keep coming and going like cockroaches. Do you think killing alone can solve them? Yi Fan finally regained the topic, which was his most important thing and the most primitive task entrusted to him by this system. He had to start influencing people around him to change their mindset, and Yi Fan was even more aware of this than Zhang Xingyang. He knew that as someone outside of us, there is a heaven outside of us. If he could always possess such a powerful device as the Justice Set, perhaps he would have a chance to use the powerful power in a short period of time to interface the entire demon clan, but even so, it is still possible to cultivate a stronger demon clan to resist it because of his set. It is impossible to achieve true strength solely through military force, just like humans. Only by taming those powerful beasts and turning them into livestock can they truly submit and become a part of themselves. This is what Yi Fan thought and said. But now it's different. The master has broken through the bottleneck of martial artists and further improved his strength. Now, let's not just talk about the top 10 demon tribes, even if it's a deeper demon tribe, we can still join them as soldiers. It's not impossible for us to even defeat demons when the time comes. You're really short-sighted, Yi Fan turned around and touched Xia Mie's head. He also knew the purpose of sending another jujube to a stick. We cannot suppress him blindly, we must inspire him, after all, he will be his messenger in the future. He needs to influence them step by step, so that they can also implement their ideas, so that things can be easier to do in the future. Of course, the most important thing for him now is to change his inherent image. He is Yi Fan, not Zhang Xingyang. He should not bear the negative effects left by Zhang Xingyang. He needs to start over. He knows it will be difficult, but this is what he needs to do most at the moment. Forget it, you don't understand. Let me tell you something. Besides telling the world to make the blood demon my disciple, there is another very important thing. Xia Mie looked at Yi Fan, and as soon as he heard that it was an important matter, he immediately stood in awe. Yi Fan then said to him, "You also know that I just passed the cultivation of a martial artist." In fact, this was just in a moment of contemplation. Yi Fan began to fabricate lies, mainly because I realized one thing. Killing cannot change everything, only the combination of strength and softness is truly eternal. Yi Fan pretended to say this sentence deeply. What is the name of Xia Mie below? Master, are you going to warn the world of this sentence or are you going to learn and understand it among us practitioners? Xia Mimi dared to ask, but he didn't know what his master meant by saying this. Yi Fan looked at him and said, "From today on, I'm going to change my name. I want to say goodbye to the person I used to be. What I did was really wrong. Now I want to be ordinary like a leaf. Only in this way can I solve the problems between the demon clan and humans. I'll change my name to Yi Fan." Yi Fan finally spoke out about the purpose he wanted to achieve. He endured it for a long time just because of this one sentence. In fact, the previous words were all fabricated. Firstly, he needs to let this place know his name. No matter what achievements he has made, he does not want his credit to fall into the hands of this so-called Zhang Xingyang. Zhang Xingyang has already been driven to a dead end by the demon clan, and his actions are both wrong and failed. Yi Fan will neither take his responsibility nor become his laborer, placing his credit on him. Ah! Master, what did you say about you want to change your name? Well, isn't that good? The disciple on the side was simply stunned by Yi Fan's idea. Yi Fan's idea can be said to be astonishing. How could anyone want to change their name, and didn't they even abandon their surname? Didn't you understand what I just said? Didn't I tell you? We need to change our approach in the future, and fighting and killing like before is not enough. Yi Fan said to his disciples. Of course, he changed his name for himself, but this core philosophy remains unchanged. If these two things could be combined, wouldn't it be better? The reason is also very simple. For him, he must find an opportunity to tell everyone to let go of their guard, otherwise he will continue like this. The resistance of the demon clan towards him is very strong, and he must first use these means to influence them and let him know that he has sincerity, otherwise it will be inconvenient to proceed further. First, help me spread some news and let everyone think about why I am doing this. Tomorrow morning, you will gather everyone, whether it is the demon clan or our cultivators. Anyone who trusts me and knows about my reputation as Zhang Xingyang, please invite them over. I have broken through the cultivation of martial artists, so it must be considered a happy event. Well, do I really have to say that? Master, are you no longer considering it? Such impulsiveness is not a good thing. Chapter 8. My name is Yi Fan. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It is obvious that Xia Mie once again did not expect his master to make such a decision. Of course, this is not his fault. After all, this matter has exceeded the imagination of ordinary people. In their society, although technology and cultivation are very advanced, Bai is still relatively traditional. Changing a person's own name can be a very complex matter, but it can be seen as being disrespectful to one's parents and being influenced by personal relationships. Moreover, the name Zhang Xingyang alone can intimidate many demon tribes, and the path of cultivating immortals has always been guided by his horse head. Changing the name for such a long time would definitely have a significant impact. Xia Mimi couldn't figure it out, but it was also one of Yi Fan's strategies. No matter what, Yi Fan couldn't convince him. According to this statement, Yi Fan should never change his name. It was already an exaggeration to reclaim the blood demon as his disciple before, but Yi Fan had no room for negotiation and said to him, "Prepare everything for me tomorrow morning." After speaking, he left Yi Fan without looking back. He knew it was a big gamble, but it was also something he had to do. Otherwise, it would be difficult for him to start over. Xia Mimi shook his head and had to retreat on his own. Senior brother, why is Master so powerful today? He defeated 100,000 bandits alone. What kind of magic weapon is that? After Xia Mie retreated, the junior brother beside him asked him. Xia Mie was completely confused and immediately said to him, "Master, I'm afraid he has already broken through the cultivation of a warrior and reached the most powerful cultivation so far." Senior brother, please tell me something we don't know about. Who doesn't know about it? At that time, everyone has seen the appearance of breaking through cultivation. What's so unusual about this? Tell me what the master told you quickly. Xia Mimi shook his head. He didn't dare to spread the news from himself. If the entire practitioner were to discuss this matter, he wouldn't be able to hide it. When it comes to spreading the word, it will probably be known to everyone in the world. This is not good news. So, they have to say it themselves. Don't ask me anymore, you'll know it yourself tomorrow. I'll know by myself tomorrow. The young apprentice was somewhat indifferent, and Xia Mie nodded before leaving here, without continuing to talk to him. Xia Mie's statement is certainly reasonable. He is going to announce to the world now, but of course, this time he cannot directly tell the world that his master is going to change his name. He just talked about the matter of admitting the blood demon as an apprentice. Of course, he didn't even want to talk about it. The reason is also very simple. He felt that the impact of this matter was too great. Let the master speak up about it himself, otherwise he would become a scapegoat. Without much thought, he arrived at the place where the sect specializes in delivering messages and ordered the people to gather. The audience of the Guangming Summit Conference this time is all, whether it is the demon or the human race, they need to go to this conference, and conversations like this have never happened before. Sure enough, it was not long after the news was sent out. Both humans and demons have received this message, and all practitioners know that Zhang Xingyang has broken through the concept of the realm of martial arts. For so many years, they have relied on the Light Summit. They can barely maintain their resistance against the demon clan, but the demon clan they resist is mainly composed of the top 10 demon lords in the demon clan's border. This means that even if Zhang Xingyang's cultivation has not yet reached the level of a warrior, he can still cover up the sky and turn the clouds and rain with one hand. Although he cannot completely eliminate them all at once, a draw is still not a problem. But now, once he breaks through the level of a warrior, to a large extent, humans can even launch a counterattack. After all, there is such a super strong person, and there is a heroic act of breaking through 100,000 enemies in one fell swoop. Such a thing is always extremely powerful. This is the morning that everyone is looking forward to. The second day as a traveler. There are still many unfamiliar places in this world. But he knew that time was not at all abundant, and he didn't have enough time to gradually familiarize himself. The system didn't give him so much time to do more objective understanding. He knew that whether it was humans or the demon race, it was not the ultimate problem, and true powerhouses were peering into their world from outer space. I believe everyone knows that I slaughtered 100,000 demon tribes on the Bright Summit yesterday. Daring to speak out his achievements directly, he knew that only strong strength could submit to the enemy at any time. Originally, everyone below was quietly wanting to hear what Yi Fan said, perhaps thinking that Yi Fan came up with such a sentence. I really scared the people below. I thought Yi Fan was trying to pull them to continue the war against the demon clan. Not everyone likes to slaughter like Yi Fan does. There are still many people who hope to live a peaceful life because their strength is not strong enough. After saying this sentence, the people below immediately began to chatter and discuss. What does this Xingyang mean? His breakthrough has already become well known to the world, why call us here? Is he so verbose? Is it difficult? He wants to kill us together. As for why he can be so powerful, it's not because of the Guangming Peak. This Guangming Peak was not created by him alone. It can be considered that everyone has a share in this matter. If it's not possible, we have many people, so I don't believe it. He really dares to kill us. The people below are discussing and there are various voices. These words were not only heard in Yi Fan's ears. In the ears of those under Yi Fan's command. Please be quiet, my master has something to say. Xia Mimi was extremely controlling the situation on the field. He was the only person who knew about it. He knew that this matter was more complicated than Yi Fan had imagined, and at the same time, he also knew. The next message will be so shocking. I went to Xia to exterminate this coward, but surprisingly didn't reveal this matter. These people are too difficult to deal with. Yi Fan murmured silently in his heart. He thought he didn't need to confirm the news when he came, but it seemed that he didn't really believe he was like this. So he didn't have much to hide, and with the blessing of public law, his voice immediately spread. I came here today for two things. Firstly, I want to change my name, which means that all my previous mistakes have come to an end. Starting today, I will be called Yi Fan. Firstly, I will take the blood demon as my disciple. Secondly, from now on, the war between humans and the demon clan will end on this day. As soon as they finished speaking, everyone fell into silence from the previous discussion, and no one knew exactly what Yi Fan meant. Chapter 9. Shocking the Four Towers. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Finally quieted down. Why wasn't it so quiet when I asked you to stop before? You all listen to me clearly. From today on, my name is Yi Fan. I want to be ordinary like a leaf, that's the first thing I want to tell you. Yi Fan directly told the silent people in the audience about this matter. Xia Mie, who had just helped him control the scene, also opened his mouth when he heard it. The news he announced was too shocking. Do you understand me? So don't call me Zhang Zhengyang again in the future. I'm Yi Fan, and Yi Fan is me. If anyone doesn't understand what I'm saying, don't blame me for getting angry and getting angry. Okay, since everyone has no objections and this is my own matter, you shouldn't have any objections. So I'll talk to you about another matter. Before Yi Fan could finish speaking, someone immediately interrupted him from the audience and said, why, you want to wash your hands after slaughtering so many of my people? Do you think this matter is so easy? You have to pay for their lives. Don't think you can be calm and composed just by changing your name, as if it hasn't happened. The person speaking below is none other than a blood demon. What Yi Fan originally said to Xia Mie was to gather the black and white factions, namely all the people of the human and demon tribes, to attend this speech. After all, what he wanted to say was not only to his own people. This is still for all the demons. He wants to completely change his strategy. This requires cooperation from both parties. It is impossible to achieve this solely through one party's efforts, but it also means another trouble. However, even though he is very honest, those demon clans who have just been invested 100,000 yuan in restructuring will definitely not think so. They believe that Yi Fan has just broken through the realm of martial gods and is already arrogant. The purpose of this conference is to make them surrender or commit suicide. No one is willing. Those who were willing to die naturally quickly left here. Not only did they not come to participate but also ran further and further away. But Xia Mie was worried that Yi Fan had arranged for everyone, including humans and demons, to be present, and this matter could not be completed. So that's why we came up with this plan to bring the blood demon out of the Battle of the Light Summit and bring him to the scene, although the blood demon is one of the top 10 demon lords. However, he is not an invincible existence, and coupled with being beaten by Zhang Xingyang yesterday, the desire for blood in his body has become somewhat agitated. With the idea that everything would be a dead end, he wanted to see what Zhang Xingyang meant by his attitude, so he came here. Unexpectedly, as soon as I came over, I stumbled upon the great G of the world. When I heard Zhang Xingyang say that he wanted to change his name to Yi Fan, what kind of thing was that? Anyway, he knew he was in the hinterland of humanity, and his reputation had already deteriorated. He had no intention of going back alive, so it didn't matter if he spoke up. Life is on the brink of death, what else is there to fear? Hands and feet. Very good, very good. I like people like you who are straightforward and upright. I'm afraid you don't know. This so-called blood demon is now my disciple. I will influence it and make it the first person to cooperate between humans and the demon race. Yi Fan is very satisfied with the arrangement of Xia Mie. And the blood demon on this side was completely stunned. What was going on? Originally, he planned to sit and observe and humiliate Yi Fan, but suddenly he announced that he would take him as his disciple. They thought yesterday it was just Yi Fan humiliating themselves, but today it seems that this is going to be serious, but the problem is that he himself did not agree to become his disciple of Yi Fan. He immediately stood up and cursed loudly. Don't think that if you break through the martial god realm, you can do whatever you want without any restraint. I'm not that easily submissive. Can you still be my master? I still survived from your hands. If it weren't for this bright formation, if it weren't for your humans' oppression of us for so long, you would just be like that. Everyone laughed, everyone laughed. I just recaptured him, and he was also a bit angry. According to my usual personality, I would definitely kill him, but from today on, this situation has changed. Yi Fan Gang happened to appear and speak, singing and harmonizing, which made the people below see it as unclear. Some even thought it was a collusion between Yi Fan and the blood demon, so they started discussing it below. Don't tell me, it's really like this. This blood demon can be subdued by Yi Fan. I'm afraid things will really change after I go. The person beside him said to him, do you know what it means to surrender? With 100,000 compatriots and 100,000, the demon lord came together, leaving only him. Even if he were to be put back, he wouldn't be able to explain it clearly. Would he dare to go back if he were to? The people below were discussing and didn't take it as a laughing stock at all. Unconsciously, they acknowledged it, and Yi Fan subdued him. Yi Fan was very satisfied and then said the third message. I know everyone was once affected by war, and like me, they fought against the demon tribe for many years. But they were for a living, and we were to protect our lives. No one was wrong. Why do we have to meet with swords and swords? How about I suggest that we humans stop the war for a while? It's not like you just stop and stop. We're not martial arts cultivators, and we don't have cultivation like you. What should we do to protect ourselves? Yi Fan nodded and said to the crowd, you just need to rest assured. Since I have today's cultivation, I will definitely not disappoint everyone. You just need to move forward with confidence and boldness. Anyone who dares to invade my place with the demon clan, the 100,000 wreckage inside the Guangming Peak will be their fate. As soon as Yi Fan spoke these words, they seemed a bit more comfortable, and indeed, as Yi Fan said, if their own strength did not resist the demon clan, it would probably not make sense. But once Yi Fan said these words, the situation would be different. With such super powerhouses protecting everyone, at least within the border area where they are located, they may be safe and sound. Okay, since everyone is willing to listen to me, then do as I say, otherwise I will treat everyone equally. The people below have already exploded, completely ignoring Yi Fan's words. Chapter 10. Martial Magic View. You are listening at novelfull.audio. And today's impact is already significant enough. However, many people may regret ignoring this statement. In short, Yi Fan's first plan has been achieved, although he knows that it is impossible to influence the opinions of these people with just one speech. But this can also be considered a good start. After everyone retreated, Xia Mimi found Yi Fan again and said, Master, what you said today is true. Do you have any other purpose? Xia Mia asked Yi Fan cautiously. What's wrong with you, child? Can't you understand me when I talk to you, or is something wrong? Didn't I already make it very clear to you? What I said was my own opinion. Is my ability to express myself so poor? Can't even you convince me? And what about those listeners? They probably didn't understand their opinions, did they? Yi Fan is a little guilty when asked by Xia Mimi. He thinks his expression is very effective, both in momentum and tone, and he is also immersed in full joy. But he was suddenly overwhelmed by Xia Mimi. He couldn't help but feel a little worried. Xia Mia immediately hugged her hand and said, either it's master, or everyone thinks you have ulterior motives and is guessing if you have any other intentions. I didn't expect you to be true. Of course that's true. You thought I was joking with you. Go and bring the blood demon over to me, forget it. It's enough to call him over with your strength. Let's go and see what the blood demon has done today. This kid is speaking wildly and his tone is not bad. Xia Mimi said and walked towards Guangmingding. If there were no armor of justice yesterday, Zhang Xingyang's body would have run out of oil and he would not have been a match for the blood demon. However, today is different. He has broken through the realm of the martial god. If it weren't for the systems saying that he wanted to tame the blood demon as a disciple, he would definitely have used the blood demon to try his hand. As a traveler, Yi Fan is quite clear that having strength and using it are two different things. Only through continuous practice can one improve their own strength, while only being able to skim through the motions is completely different. Accompanied by Xia Mia, the two arrived at the place where the blood demon was located. Not bad, the speech on stage today was very thoughtful. Although it was a bit disrespectful, I understand what you mean. Yi Fan said to the blood demon. He certainly knew that what the blood demon said was not to cooperate with him, but simply to humiliate him, but he couldn't be so compatible. He naturally wants to play with this blood demon. At the same time, he also knows that people like blood demons, you don't need to conquer them with strong strength, they will never submit to you. So he still wants to take this opportunity to show his skills, because after a day of rest and yesterday's breakthrough, he is not worried about his physical condition. Zhang Xingyang, I tell you that those people regard you as a deity, but I don't think much of you at all. I'm just telling you, remember it to me, don't fall into my hands, otherwise I will make you unable to survive, and seek death. You can't bring back the humiliation you have suffered today. I told you before, my name is Yi Fan, not Zhang Xingyang. I don't want it to happen again, Yi Fan said fiercely to Yi Fan, slapping the blood demon on the ground. The demon didn't even see clearly how Yi Fan actually started. According to common sense, the blood demon is due to its unique cultivation. It is not possible to use powerful spells like other demons, but can only continuously strengthen the body and use the power of blood to become stronger. This resulted in his body being very strong and resilient. However, theoretically speaking, the former Zhang Xingyang could not have acted against him without any defense, let alone within such a close distance. The blood demon had not seen clearly how Yi Fan acted. Without reaching the realm of this martial god, once broken through, there would be such a difference. Yi Fan nodded in satisfaction. It seemed that not only were there powerful spells or powers, but also that when his body broke through the realm of martial gods, it was already very different from before. He enjoyed his current state very much, knowing that the blood demon was no longer a match for him. Suddenly, she became even more reckless. I won't talk too much nonsense to you. You're stuck in this bright top and can't get out. I said I can cure it. You were born with a bloodthirsty habit, and it made you stronger. How about calling me Master? After gaining confidence, Lu Lin stopped talking nonsense to him. Humph, what if I can't beat you? If I can't beat you, do I have to recognize you? Yesterday, you invested 100,000 members of my tribe in the Battle of the Light Summit. I'm not really your opponent, but so what? You can't prove anything, I will never submit to you. You're a fool dreaming. You only have two choices now. First, you have to kill me, and second, you either have to draw your sword and commit suicide in front of me. Ha ha ha. The blood demon is very arrogant, and Yi Fan is really very headstrong. If this blood demon had a dull head, it would have been fine. He just needed to use his own provocation method, and he would definitely fall for it. But now it seems that this blood demon knows he can't beat him at all and has given up. It seems that he must find a way to influence him, otherwise his influence value will not increase. What should he do? However, this blood demon is so strong that it is completely supporting itself. In fact, Yi Fan also knows where the weakness of the blood demon lies. This blood demon looked fearless and fearless, not afraid of death. It was because he had never experienced physical pain, and what truly caused him pain was actually the feeling brought about by not being nourished by blood. Blood demons are not fools either. He wouldn't believe Yi Fan's words that could help her cure this disease. After becoming one of the top 10 demon lords, he didn't fail to beg to let go of the voices of their demon race. Everyone was helpless about his illness. Yi Fan had only broken through the realm of the martial god, so what could he do? Can you still help him cure these illnesses? So the blood demon didn't want to talk to him at all, instead he was really thinking about what to do, because once his symptoms erupted, they would be accompanied by severe pain, which could make life worse than death. At that time, it was not something he could bear with a stiff mouth. The deep-seated desire for blood troubled him, and he gradually lost his sanity.